There's nothing I love more than vintage jewelry, and I found some. It's not really vintage, but it looks it. So I thought I'd make some earrings, mixing old with a little new. This pop of neon is just what the DIY doctor ordered. So get excited. All you're gonna need, some findings like these. You're gonna need some lanyard. Orange is my favorite color of the moment, but comes in tons of colors. Pair of scissors, jewelry pliers, and get some earring wires, and we need 2 tiny jump rings. That's it. All right, to get started, you're gonna need to cut your lanyard into 2 pieces. Now this is about 2 feet each after we fold them in half, which is 4 feet folded in half. Get it? Do the craft math. So now what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your 2 strings, take one, wrap it around your finger, once, twice. You're gonna take your second piece, you're gonna put it underneath 2 of these loops, right under there. What we're doing is starting the box stitch. Remember the box stitch from camp? I do. If you don't, you're gonna relearn now. Now, I've got it underneath both of those. I'm gonna find the center point. Perfect. Now, with our other side, we're gonna weave over, under to make that box stitch. So over one, under one, keep that on your finger. Over one on the other side, under. Now, by all powers invested in DIY, take your finger off and pull. Pull tight, 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 tight. And what you've just created is the start of your box stitch. Let's get started. We're going to need to start the spiral. Now by doing this, we're going to take our 4 pieces, we're going to create a loop, another loop with the opposing side. We're going to take our 2 other pieces from the sides, over, under, over, under. Now this is something that's great to do when you're outside, you're traveling, keeping your hands busy. It might take a little bit to get started, but once you get started, it's easy breezy, just give it a pull. And keep doing this for a while to get your barrel started. Now the spiral may look wonky if you keep continuing to do it like a box. If you notice that, you can just undo your stitches. It's really easy, but pull it tight so really make sure it stays together. All right, I'm gonna finish up my spiral. So once you have a couple knots on, this is when you're gonna add your embellishment. Take one of your pieces and string it on to one of the ends. That's it, and continue your barrel. This will hold it in place and be the base of the earring. All right, I think that does it. Now, I've done my stitch here that's about 3 inches because what this is going to do is turn into the top of the earring. Now, the longer your barrel stitch, the longer your earring will be. So, depending on how long you want it, that's how long you make this. Now, I think this is just about right, almost there. Now, what we need to do is tie this off. So, now that I've got the desired length, I'm going to take one of my pieces, same thing what we did in the beginning, simply put it through that piece and do one more stitch with our barrel. You can also tie a knot too. Either way, it's gonna look great. You don't just have to use one color. The thing I love about lanyard, it comes in tons and tons of colors, so it's cool to do 2 different colors because that'll have a really, really neat dual color effect. Great, it's on there tight, and we're going to tie it with one more knot, tying them together. My knot is almost done. Perfect. Get your scissors, trim it. Sometimes I leave a little bit on the end and I'll clean it up after. All right, now it's time to put on our earring wire and jump ring. So I've got a jump ring here. I've got my pliers. I'm gonna open that up. What I'm gonna do is simply sneak that in there because this barrel stitch actually has little tiny holes, almost made for a jump ring. And I'm gonna close it. Before I close it off, got my earring wire. I'm gonna stick that through. And we're gonna close it up. Perfect. Looks great. I love it. This is a great earring to dress up if you're going to a cocktail party, girls' night out, girls' night in. Either way, I love it. And when everybody asks you where you got it from, you can now say, P.S. I made this.